JJ was in the basement. We had an electrical problem.
Okay.
Happened October the 28th. That's the warmest area, and I was told by his doctor to kind of keep him away from like a TV if he had a grand mal seizure or anywhere he could hit his head. And so he had a favorite spot for him was his cot.
Tamara begins by framing the basement not as a dungeon, but as a sanctuary. By citing medical advice and seizure safety, she attempts to turn a concrete room into a clinical necessity. This is the foundation of her defense that isolation was an act of protection.
He would have a fear of maybe, even if he hit his head on the washing machine, it wouldn't be as bad as a TV or a dresser.
Gotcha.
It'd be warm for him. The house was cold.
That's cool. What was the electrical problem? Was it just some old wiring, things like that?
Yeah, a surge happened in our neighborhood, and they came out. I was waiting for people to working cooperatively to send someone to help us. We had so much going on.
I understand. You had a lot going on. You said he has seizures, so tell me how that kind of works out.
When he has grand mal seizures, he has a lot of falls and he's more aggressive. It was trying to keep him calm and comfortable. So that meant he may soil himself. And so we don't have hot water, so I didn't want him to have a cold shower. So just getting baby wipes so he wasn't the cleanest that he could be. Me changing him and giving him, he's not fully potty trained.
Okay.
So me changing his briefs and keeping him calm. But he had back-to-back seizures, but he seemed like last night he was coming to himself, but I still had a concern as to why back-to-back grand mal seizures. And I determined that he's non-communicative, but I believe he was grieving. I believe he was missing my mom.
So, sure. When he has seizures, and then you said it's not normal for him to have back-to-back ones like that, is that something that you call doctors for or reach out and say, hey, he had two back-to-back seizures, this isn't normal? Did you reach out to anybody for those?
I make that appointment. They said, go ahead and make an appointment. We'll try to get you in virtually.
Okay. So you made an appointment
With
yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. And would that have been with Dr. Gilmore?
No, that's with the neurology department. It's a new doctor. I can't think of the name. At Children's in Liberty. It's supposed to be for Thursday, I believe, at 11:30.
Gotcha. And you made that with them yesterday because of the grand mal seizures and the back-to-back ones. Okay. Where's his medicine at there? Did you keep it all in the same spot or?
Pretty much. I gave the other detective, I showed him.
Note the lack of urgency. She claims JJ was having back-to-back seizures, yet she only scheduled a virtual appointment. In a medical crisis, a caregiver seeks Anna Tamara saw the screen.
Fall? Okay. And how did he fall?
He fell forward, and luckily he was downstairs. The day before that, he fell. He didn't hit his head, like hit his shoulder.
Did he hit his head yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
And he got up.
When he fell forward and hit his head?
Yeah. He got up, and I gave him a seizure medication, and he responded. And I've been told that if he responds, and it doesn't look like he's laxed or anything, just keep him comfortable. And the times that I have called Children's, they just kind of call me back and say he's fine, give him a seizure medication, and watch him, keep him as comfortable as possible. So that's, make an appointment. So that's what I did.
When he fell and hit his head, do you think he hit his head hard? Do you think it was?
No, he didn't hit his head hard.
Nothing so no marks, it wasn't bleeding, nothing like that? Okay.
No. He kind of like had a little mark on his lip.
Okay.
You said she called you today that he was unresponsive. Do you remember what time that was?
Man, I don't know what time it was. I'm not.
Did she call you or did she text you?
I said she called me.
Okay.
She called. Listen, man.
Are you able to look it up on your phone?
No.
Okay.
She called me.
Like you were in the house?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
William.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like on your phone or something.
Yeah. No, this ain't, man.
You were in the house and she just
I was outside. She came out, because I was out front in the yard, and she called me, and I was like, what is it? She was like, man. And I was like, hold on, give me a second. She said, no, it's urgent. I said, what was it? She said he was unresponsive. I said, what are you talking about? Because, sometimes he'll just, listen, man, I don't know how to put it, but, he had times where he ain't want to get up. Like, he had days with, I don't know how to explain it, if you've ever dealt with anyone autistic or known somebody, sometimes he just, he won't get up, so he just lay there. So she can't get up, she can't keep arguing with him, he's getting too big, so she just shut the door. All right, well, you want to argue, you don't want to eat, okay, bye.
And he would just stay in that room?
Yeah, he just sit there until, right, you can't, listen, man, kids.
Before we get in...
Here, the narrative shifts. She mentions JJ was getting too big, and she would shut the door. This is the first subtle admission of physical containment, framing the locking of a child as a necessary boundary for an overwhelmed mother.
Do you mind? Do you mind opening it up for me? And then, if you had to guess, where would William be right now?
Sir, I do not know.
Okay. Even after 7 years, and I mean, you guys have known each other for 30 years.
We have.
I know.
I do not know.
Okay. Where's his family live at? All over Cincinnati?
I have some of his family's numbers, but I don't even have his number in here. Whatever number you all have.
Can I look? Do you mind if I look? Would it just be under William?
No.
What would it be under?
That his number isn't even in that phone.
I understand it, but if it was,
it'd be under William. So whatever his last number, the 89, I don't know the rest of the digits. That would be his number.
Is Williams really new?
Yeah, it's not. You can check it. There's no number there.
There's no number?
When's the last time you talked to him?
Almost a month ago.
So you talked to him for almost a month?
Correct.
No text messages or anything like that?
No.
Really? So you were serious about getting rid of him?
Yes.
That you went down around 11 o'clock and you checked on him, that he was okay, you gave him some soup, you gave him something to drink.
Yes.
You gave him his meds, and I believe you said that you changed his pull-up.
No, I did not say that.
Okay.
No, I did not change his brief.
You didn't
that would have been
change his
too
pull-ups
difficult.
that day? Okay.
And I was going to do that later.
Okay. So you said that was around 11 o'clock.
I thought so.
And so again, you started talking, you called Aunt Diana at 12:04 p.m. and you talked to her with a few minute break. I mean, you hung up a couple times just for a few minutes and then you would call her right back. But you talked to her for almost 5.5 hours afternoon. I know again, going back to your initial statements, you said you went back down around 4-ish,
That's what I
somewhere
thought.
around there.
Yeah.
And that's when you found JJ unresponsive.
Correct.
Now at 4 o'clock, your phone shows that you were on the phone with your Aunt Diana. So again, I'm just trying to create. At this point, it's not that big of a deal, and that's where I just need you to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, you said you found him at 4. You didn't call until 6 initially. That was your initial statement. It's my opinion.
The detective introduces the first objective truth phone records. Cameras claim of finding JJ at 4 p.m. is decimated by 5.5 hours of outgoing calls. The silence that follows is the sound of a curated story meeting a digital trail.
I was calling family members to kind of find out how I could either get this house sold or get the electrical problem. But I thought that he was okay. I trusted William and thought that he was okay.
Okay. Now, do you know that we went to Atlanta and spoke to your Aunt Diana?
No.
She didn't tell you that?
No.
Okay. We went to Atlanta. We spoke to Aunt Diana because she wouldn't return our phone calls. She's telling us something different. Okay. She stated to us that yes, you called and informed her that Jeremiah had passed.
I was on the phone with her screaming, he's gone and he's unresponsive. He's not listening to me, and
Were there times where you would put JJ in the laundry room and just lock him in there where he couldn't get out?
No.
What about William?
Probably, yes.
So there was times where JJ would be locked in the laundry room.
The lock was for the dog initially. The lock was for the dog.
Okay. Why was the dog able to open a door?
He put it on there. I don't know.
When you say he, you mean William? Okay. Because that doesn't make much sense, to be honest. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out why the lock would be on the outside of the door for the dog.
He put a lock on the dog.
Now, sometimes when the door knobs are like the vertical kind where they can reach down, okay, I would understand it, but this was a knob that you would have.
I understand, but I never locked that door with JJ in it.
But your statement is there has been times where he has been locked in that laundry room.
William.
Okay. Do you know for roughly how long or why you would do that?
I don't know. I just kind of surmised. I didn't see him do it, but when I went downstairs and I realized that he could perhaps do that,
So
I just surmised that he would do that.
Okay, but you just said that he did do that. Without a doubt, in your mind,
No, not without a doubt.
Okay, so now see, this is where I need you to be more clear. All right, Tammy? I need you to be 100% honest with me. Don't tell me what you think or anything else. I just want to know what you know. So when I ask you, was he ever locked in that room, it's almost a yes or no question answer. And then maybe you could say yes, but William would lock him in there. I never did, or something like that. But be more specific, because I don't want to read into what you're telling me and then be incorrect.
I understand.
Okay. So was he ever locked in that room?
I would never see William lock him personally in the room, but I made an assumption that he must have, yes.
Okay. So you never went down there and found the door locked?
I did not
Okay.
know.
Now, did William sleep in the basement?
He did.
Okay, in that bedroom to the right of there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you don't know why he would have put that lock on the outside?
I do not.
Okay. What about the restraints on the cot?
The restraints on the cot is when he had his seizures. He would bite and kick, but they didn't really work, so I didn't even use them.
You mean during his seizures? He would
Correct.
bite and kick?
Yes, he would.
Okay.
And it'd be easier to administer his rectal or either his nasal medication.
Okay, is that how you gave it to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he have both?
Excuse me?
Which one would you use most of the time, the rectal or the nasal? Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to just sort of explain why the marks would be there the way they are. So according to the coroner, okay, obviously those are the restraints that were on the cot. So this is his wrist, and according to the coroner, these markings on his wrist.
The smoking gun emerges. When confronted with ligature marks on JJ's wrists, Tamar doesn't deny that restraints existed. She simply claims she stopped using them. It is a pivot from I'm innocent to I'm no longer doing it.
In the past?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
A couple of times, and then I stopped.
You don't even seem sorry or upset or have any remorse for what's going on, and the fact that we're sitting here telling you that the child that you adopted at the age of 11 months suffered for the better part of at least a couple weeks, if not longer, and was in a basement in a room that had nothing but chemicals and cement, and the best place for him to be is all this. None of this makes sense to me. Doesn't
You
make
have to
sense at all.
understand, I've been grieving for some time now. I don't have to just show.
So is that the reason why you lost touch with JJ, because of your own grief?
No, and I've given, and right now I'm in shock, just like I did not remember you. I remember your words.
I understand, and I can appreciate that, and I understand that there is a shock factor that kind of goes with that,
Right.
but at the same time, like, you're saying things to try and alleviate the responsibility for what happened to JJ to us right now.
No.
You're trying to tell us that you didn't do anything wrong. That's what you're doing right now. You're telling us you didn't do anything wrong.
Sir, I'm speaking the facts. I did everything for my son and to keep him healthy and alive. I gave everything. When everybody gave up and said he'd be a lump on the law, I fought for him to walk. I fought for him for everything. If you call back at ABS, even though my mom dropped him off, I was at the meetings. I was at the one trying to get him the best care. I tried to do everything to keep him together and to make sure that he was okay. I would never starve my son. I don't understand why he didn't have any food in his stomach, and I promise you that.
The detectives lean into the physical reality JJ was malnourished and starved. Tamara's response is to retreat into her history as a Mar, reminding them of the meetings she attended and the care she once provided.
Right. And you can see malnourished and starved to death. And then with ligatures, they see evidence of the ligatures being used. They look at this. They look at that. How could any reasonable person come to any other conclusion?
He would scratch himself. That has nothing to do with anything. That would be his habit of scratching.
Okay. So what you're saying is all of this is self-inflicted, okay? Even though, like, this is going to be consistent with this, okay?
Ridiculous.
Well, that's fine. I'm just making sure I understand here, okay? Everybody that knows anybody that's epileptic, that goes through seizures, you don't restrain them. That's when they get hurt.
He got aggressive during that time. He would bite, kick, and to be able to get medication, and either rectally or nasally, I would have to do that. But I wasn't even using those. I should have cut them off.
So would his aggressive behavior cause that? The defecation and his aggressive behavior keep you from changing him for weeks?
My goodness, it was not. Sorry.
What does that look like? And what's any person going to think when they see that? Most adults, not all obviously, most adults have children or know people that have children that have seen dirty diapers.
I understand. That was not weeks. He was changed every day. There were tons of pull-ups, tons of white.
That's a bold-faced lie that he was changed every day. Look at that. You can't sit here and tell me.
That day I did not. I did not even see that when I went downstairs. I didn't notice that he even defecated on himself. I did not.
Well, what about the smell? There's no way you could walk in that small, tiny room with this cot and not notice the smell.
My son passed. I didn't notice it. I'm telling you.
Okay, before he passed, you said you went down there and fed him soup.
I did not see that. I did not see that. He had a blanket over him. I did not see that he did that.
The irony of Tamara Banks is found in her own pride. She boasted that she fought for him to walk when doctors gave up. Yet, the forensic record shows she spent his final weeks ensuring he would never walk again restrained in a dark room, surrounded by chemicals, and forgotten by the woman who claimed to be his only advocate.
I did not see any of that.